This is the Morning Swim Show for Thursday, July 1st, 2010. I'm your host, Peter Bush. In the Finis Monitor today, American backstroker Nick Thoman. He's on the cover of this month's Swimming World Magazine, and Nick joins us right now in the Finis Monitor from Charlotte. Nick, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. How about you, Peter?
Good. Moving on up to the cover.
Yes, sir. I'm excited about that.
First time. How do you feel?
It feels great. I'm really looking forward to getting a copy.
Well, it's obviously a reflection of your recent success. Heck, we haven't talked to you since you broke the world record in the short course 100 back at the Duel in the Pool last year in England. And then you had a great meet in Charlotte. Which one was more satisfying, winning that Duel in the Pool or that the Charlotte, given who you were swimming against in that field?
Well, I think the Duel in the Pool, breaking a world record, was definitely more satisfying. But, the swim at Charlotte was also a great group of guys that I was swimming against, and I was just glad to end up on top.
All right, the knock on you has been that you never seem to quite put together that perfect swim at the big meet. What makes you think that's going to change this summer?
Well, I'm training under Dave Marsh now out here at Swim Mac, Carolina, and he has a great track record of having people taper and hit their taper exactly when they need to. So I'm looking forward to it.
So what was happening in the past? Just not quite hitting the taper?
Well, in 08, I didn't train quite as much as I needed to before the trials, and then in 09, there were a few personal issues that I was going through at the time. But each time I swam better at the U.S. Open, and so, it made me think that I had more in the tank. So this year, everything's going well, training's going well, personal life's doing great, so I think it's going to be a lot better.
We talked to Lochte a few months ago, and he told us that mostly just to break up the monotony, he was doing different types of training. Dry land, doing the strongest man in the world stuff, throwing kegs and pulling cars and stuff like that. Are you doing anything different out of the water right now, or is it the same stuff you've done in the past?
I'm doing some different stuff out of the water. I do some yoga now, and we have a trainer, Darren Tyson, who works with us 3 times a week in the weight room, and I feel like I'm in a lot better shape in and out of the pool than I have been in my life.
So with backstroke, does that help you with your underwaters? Does that help you just with your kick? Where exactly does that play the biggest part, or is it just a matter of conditioning?
I think it's mostly a matter of conditioning. The in the pool stuff has always been pretty good for me, and I've never really been able to gain much strength out of the water and put in a little power. But recently, I've actually been seeing some muscles on me, and let's hope it translates to good things.
I presume you'll swim the 100 and 200 this summer at the Pan Pac qualifying meet? Yes, sir.
That's the plan.
You still feel? Last time we talked to you, it seemed like you were feeling a little bit more confident about the 100. Is that still the case?
I've had a good track record with both events, and I'm going to swim both of them as hard as I can. And who knows what's going to happen? It depends on how well I do that day and how well the other guys do. And if I make it in one over the other, I'm happy to be there. And if I make it in both, that'd be even better. What
does Dave Marsh do with you that no other coach has done?
He is much more technical than any other coach I've ever worked with. He works on technique every stroke of every practice of every day. If you're not doing something right during the main set, he'll pull you out and make you work on it, and then he'll throw you right back in and make sure that you do it right.
What's an example of something technical that you need corrections on from time to time, and illustrate if you must?
I have a little swoop every now and then in my stroke. In the backstroke, sometimes I waver a little bit. I scull a little bit with my arm, so really on the left arm more than the right. So I really have to work on keeping it really powerful and keeping it strong all the way through rather than floating up and down like this.
So just pulling the whole way, not sculling, pulling all the way through on that.
Exactly.
Very cool. And do you train by yourself? In essence, you're the only major league backstroker down there, as far as I know. Is that easy for you, or is that difficult?
Well, we have a bunch of guys that I train with. Ian Clark's out here. He's a national caliber backstroker. Eugene Godso just got out here. He's, just the past NCAA champion. And I train with Russ Payne too, who's a 400 IMer out of Minnesota. So I'm training with a good group of guys, and they're all, they've got, endurance to spare since Ian and Russ are IMers, and then Eugene's just a great backstroker. So we've got a good group shaping up.
I didn't know Godso was out there. When did he get there?
Yeah, he just got here a couple weeks ago, and I'm really excited about it.
Very cool. So Nick, how many more meets before the big one in Irvine?
Well, I've got a big meet coming up this weekend in Quebec, and it's the Quebec Cup. And then I think I might be doing another local meet around here sometime, maybe a week or two after that. Then the big one.
And is the beard going full board until August, or are we going to shave it in between?
Yeah, no, this is about 2 weeks long. I'm going to grow it out until August and see how well it comes in.
All right, thanks, Nick. Good luck this summer.
Thanks for having me, Peter.
All right, that's Nick Thoman joining us from Charlotte. That's it for the show today. I'm Peter Bush, reminding you to keep your head down at the finish.